Welcome to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy, Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy, Chris G.
And it's your boy, The Rock Report.
You gotta turn yourself up there, quick.
And we got a special guest. Oh, let me turn it. Hold on. Let me do this. We got a special guest.
Okay.
Now, what you want to be called, man?
Just call me Elijah, man.
Elijah, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta.
Come on, you gotta have a nickname.
Come on, man. What they was calling you in the Nixon household, man?
What
they was calling you in the Nixon household, man?
Oh, the best Nixon, the most attractive. The best Nixon on.
Oh, so you telling me out the whole Nixon clan, you was the best?
Yeah, my dad say the best for last.
Oh.
That boy done stepped on the scene. Like, he knows somebody. That's what he's talking about.
It's so funny because I remember watching you and your brother when y'all was little. Like, when we'll be in practice, y'all was like 5, 6 years old, just running around. And, like, y'all couldn't even play football back then. So, to, like, see y'all, playing for high, just going to college, just being successful men, that's what's up. And that, like, that's definitely shouts out to your parents because you see, like, your parents was, like, there. You know what I mean? Like, y'all literally was, like, at high for, like, a 12-year span because once one of y'all leaves and another one would come.
Yeah, it really was a Nixon family dynasty.
It really was. Like, all y'all got rings, right?
Ziggy the only one to get one. He got kicked off the team when we got one. Man.
How was there a bad Nixon? How?
Well, hold on, yo. Brandon was bad. Brandon was bad on the cover. Shout out to Brandon. He was bad on the cover, yo. I mean, I ain't gonna put his business out in the street, but he got in trouble for some wild shit. Our senior year, he got some real trouble. I ain't gonna. He had some stuff go down in the bathroom with his short. Whoa! He got some. Again, I ain't gonna put it all on Front Street. Brandon got in some trouble.
I believe it.
No.
Here's the thing, right? When it happened, we was all like. What?
Yeah, no.
It was all a shock, yo.
So who was? Because I think that Zeke, right?
Yeah.
So who was the cockiest out of all the Nixons? Because Brandon was cocky. Like Brandon, he would like talk junk, but he'll back it up. So who was the cockiest? Turn you up a little bit. Turn me up. But you still can hear me?
Low.
I sound low.
No, son. I feel like I'm low now too. Yeah.
There we go. So who's the cockiest, man?
The cockiest, it's gonna surprise y'all, but I'm gonna say James.
Yeah, I can see.
No, Jimmy was cocky.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really between James and Brandon because they felt like nobody could touch him.
Well,
and I mean that's how you're supposed to act in the sports world and when you're competitive. But like, Lionel, who was. I think that was just as athletic as both of them. He just was really humble about his. But Brandon, if it was somebody else lined up in front of him, he'd say, "Oh, this lunch meat." And James, if this is somebody else in front of him, chicken. That's barbecue chicken. So it's like I give it to James though because James was. There's nobody even to this day that's better than James right now.
So James is the best overall athlete. Is that what you're saying?
I said he's cocky. I didn't say he was the best. I didn't say he was the best. I said he was cocky.
So now we're gonna move on to the best athlete. Cause like I said, I mean, we're gonna have these discussions. Cause it's between, like the Nixons and the Wrights. And, honestly, I got the Nixons and McLean. So, but who's the best athlete out of the family?
The best athlete,
I already got my favorite, but go ahead.
After me.
I
like this young
man. I hope you watch it, Brandon.
After me.
This young man.
No, I think the best athlete, to be honest with you, is probably Lionel, man.
I agree, man. I mean, it's Lionel than you, maybe. I'm riding with Lionel.
I'm gonna go with Lionel. I mean, it wasn't, James had the quick, he was fast. Brandon was, showboating. Like his that was his thing. Not showboating like purposely, but Lionel was more so. He was an athlete mentally. He was an athlete physically.
Yeah, right.
He just was so quiet that you'll miss him. It's like
that's true.
If you watch the balls, it's like you got Lonzo that's there now. Then you got LaMelo, but then it's the middle child who's probably just as talented, but you never see him. And that's Lionel. Lionel's like never.
I think Lionel's a little better than him.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? I think if you're talking about the Jacksons, you gotta put Lionel. Lionel was really
he ain't Michael.
Lionel was Tito. Lionel was Tito.
Tito. He ain't Michael.
He's still doing it.
Skip Jermaine. Tito, huh?
I'm gonna say, and then and then even though he didn't play, but you had your older brother John. You know what I mean?
John played. I played with John and Sheridan.
But I'm talking about like football, like in high school. You know what I mean? Because like after that, John was like, "Nah, I'm."
Well, John was doing his thing, but listen,
yeah.
John,
he was involved.
That was the first Nixon I was. The first one I knew.
Yeah,
and we was a tandem in Sheridan. Like dead serious. We was the wide receiver. Go ask him.
Wasn't better than Truth though, but anyway.
Go ask somebody.
So where you at in school now? What school you go to?
I'm at Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina. It's my senior year, man.
Oh, I can't. Your senior year.
Senior year.
I remember when you was a senior in high school, man. I remember when you was a senior in second grade, man.
Senior in second grade.
You're a senior in college, man. God bless you.
I told my parents, man, when they call my name, we're just gonna land a helicopter right on the 50 and make Elijah get right out the helicopter, get my degree, and go.
Yo, but like I said, like I was saying earlier, having parents like yours, strong black, mother and father, being a base, and not only a parent to you guys, but to the community. Cause like your father, I'll never forget one time he was like pissed. And I was like, yo, Papa niggas, why you mad? He said, because man, you and Deck should be playing football. He said, that ain't right. I said, cause like when you go to college, you realize how much of a business it is. He was like, there's no reason that you shouldn't be playing out here. Why you ain't playing out here? Huh? He was like pissed with act. He's like, yo, should I let my kids go to high? I was like, yeah, you should. It's kind of like a tradition. He's, I don't know, man. I'm gonna think about it. But like, he really cared about kids. You know what I mean? And he didn't have to do that. He could have been that father, like, oh, those are my kids. I got enough. So I'm gonna care about everybody else's kids. But he really cared. And even at Southern, he would say, you good? What you need? I got you. You know what I mean? So Papa Nixon, shouts out to him, man. Shouts out to the whole McLean Nixon clan. You know what I mean? So I know you got your own little podcast show that you got. You know what I mean? Shouts out to you. Hit me up, man. And I was like, yo, whatever you need, let me know. So tell us about your show.
The show is called Continuity, and actually airs tomorrow, man.
Nice.
Tomorrow, on a YouTube channel, Continuity Sports TV. It's a debate show, between me and, friend Teddy.
Jam. Oh, jam.
We got like it's all pre-recorded, so most of the events that's happening is already happened. So most of the events that we're arguing about has already happened, but, so, I'm just interested to see what kind of fan base we get from that, because,
you're gonna get it. Cause you young, cause you in college. So you gotta remember, you're gonna have kids from your college that's gonna watch it, and they're gonna try to debate you, cause they're gonna be like, oh, who do you think he is?
That's what I want. I want people to comment, like, it's like your show. Like, you want people to, hey, you ain't really gonna know. They viewing it, but you're not really gonna know if they're really into it till they comment.
That's true.
What you said about, LeBron James, you're really off the mark with
everything.
Well, anybody that says that I'm off the mark with LeBron James is clearly on PCP or some type of crack cocaine.
He on PCP for letting his hair grow back.
Listen.
Let it go, man.
Listen.
It's over.
Listen, he in the roller store with the rollie on, okay? leave my godson alone.
Yo, put a shirt on too, son. We know you, Diesel.
Who said he wasn't on Bad Bougie? You said he wasn't on Bad Bougie?
He said he ain't your left.
Now, I know that you said before Chris got here, because I know you said that you were waiting for Chris. Did you have something to tell Chris? Did you want to say something to Chris?
Why y'all starting?
Yeah, the Tom Brady thing.
He's a Michigan fan.
Wait a minute. Are you a Michigan fan?
I'm not a Michigan
fan. Oh, okay, all right. No. Listen, there ain't nothing that we can't work out. There ain't nothing we can't work out. My old Coach Robinson, I don't talk to him. You're a Michigan fan. I seen him at the red light. I just kept on moving.
So you don't like Tom Brady at all, man?
No, why is that so hard to believe?
Hey,
listen, here's my thing, right? We get into it, but one thing with Tom Brady is, you tell me what chip he got fully clean. Other than this one, I give him this one. I give him this last
all his chips, all his chips. What are you talking about clean? It's a football. Football is a team sport. What do you mean?
Stop it.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
We got the tuck rule.
Oh, yeah, that's
Shouldn't have won that one.
But that wasn't in the Super Bowl. Okay.
No. He would not have beat the Raiders. Therefore, he would have not went to the Super Bowl because that was just a straight robbery.
But he still won though, right?
Again,
Okay.
I said what he don't got clean. I said clean.
Everything that he has is clean. Everything.
He got Tuck Rule. Mm-hmm. He got Spygate.
Come on, cut it out.
Deflategate.
Hold on. First of all, hold on. Time out.
Adam Vinatieri won 2 of them Super Bowls.
No, he got them in position. And Adam Vinatieri finished it off. Come on, cut it out. Cut it out.
Chris.
This man is right here with me.
But I can't. You can't take that off for Tom Brady. If you're gonna blame somebody, just blame the organization. Because I mean, at the end of the day, Tom Brady wasn't the ref. As much as I don't like Tom Brady myself, but I can't take away his greatness.
Sorry to hear that.
Look, hold on. I'm not. Again, I made it very, very clear. I will not challenge his greatness. Everybody's they saying, yo, he was his GOAT. I just said hashtag not my GOAT. Not my GOAT. I'm not hitching my flag to Tom Brady.
That's fine.
I'm not doing it. Because if you're gonna tell me, yo, I need a quarterback to either start my franchise or who's the most talented quarterback, he's never in that conversation with me. Now, obviously, does he get the job done? Yes, he does. I can't take that away from him. But for me, with a lot of Tom Brady, how much is him? How much is Bill Belichick? How much is that system? It all kind of blends in because I would make the same argument with a LeBron fan. Because I feel you put LeBron on any team, LeBron is taking that team to the chip. I cannot say I put Tom Brady on any NFL team without Bill Belichick that he's making. I know I can say you put Peyton Manning on any squad in his prime. He getting there. He getting there because he got that kind of talent.
Example, Denver.
I'm
gonna let y'all finish though. I'm gonna let y'all finish.
I can't say the same for Tom Brady. I don't know, and maybe some of that's not his fault because Bill Belichick is so great. He ran the organization so great, him and Robert Kraft, but I can't differentiate between it. So that's where I fall with him. I
would have to disagree because when you look at Tom Brady and his record, no, seriously, besides Randy Moss, when has he had like a receiver that was like, oh my God? He has never had like a killer receiving core.
When hasn't he had a top 5 defense? Maybe this year, but he's always had all of the Super Bowls that he won, maybe except this one. That defense was
lights out.
And I can tell you, Peyton only had it one time. Well, in Denver, he had it twice, but in Indianapolis, he had it one time. One time, Peyton Manning had a lights out defense.
No, that's not true. No, because that was like a 3-year run.
No,
it was a year before the Super Bowl and a year after.
You
know what I mean? Come on, man.
Bob Sanders was hurt the year before and the year after. And without Bob Sanders, that defense fell apart.
They still had Doss. They still had Doss. They still had Doss.
Shut up.
Come on, man, for real.
Obviously, you know I like Mike Doss.
Exactly.
Because he went to Ohio State and you want me speaking ill.
Come on now.
Speaking ill about Duke players. I see where you're going, all right? But
I see what you're
doing. But come on now, Mike Doss couldn't hold a candle to Bob Sanders might have been one of the great safeties of the NFL if he wasn't injury plagued.
That's true.
He came to lay the wood every single play. Every single play. He changed the whole. He changed that whole Indianapolis defense.
It's a shame that Bob Sanders won't get the recognition.
That's true. So now you say that Tom Brady had it, but Peyton didn't. He had Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney at the edges. That's all you needed.
Come on,
That's all you needed.
Come on.
I mean, come on.
Are you serious?
Come on now.
Come on, man. Listen, there's
when you look at
DNs that haven't gotten as far as them. Come on,
and
man.
then
something ain't right.
Yeah,
Something ain't right.
I'm just saying though because like y'all keep saying that like Tom Brady defenses was like extraordinary. Like the Colts had like some good defenses. Like what are you talking about?
Not just the 2 edge rushers that the Patriots had. They had edge rushers. They had cornerback. They had safeties. They had linebacker. Talking about
they had Big Vince in the middle,
and they had you talking about if you take out Bob Sanders, you're talking about 2 players, two. You name me another Colt player that made the Pro Bowl.
I do you one better that doesn't go to your
Go ahead. See these guys always got to make excuses.
No, I'm just saying, right?
Go
ahead.
ahead.
You had Teddy Bruschi, you had Willie McGinnis, you had Ty Lowe, right? You have
and they were kind of like older, and they were like older. Come on now, Teddy Bruschi was hurt. He had to come back.
But you know what though?
Come on, Michael.
You know what though? But you can't blame Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, you got to blame again the organization for the people that they put around. Put like this, if Peyton Manning already had a Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harris at the time, why they got
Clark?
Why? They got Clark. Why I gotta go get a Brandon Stokely? Why can't I get a piece on defense? So then, like, the Patriots was smart enough, and they always do this. They know who to put and know what I can afford because they're not major.
But it's a different philosophy behind the systems, though.
Yeah.
The system.
The coach system was to outscore you. Period. It wasn't to stop you.
Well, that's all you had, though.
It was, I need these pieces to score points.
But which was odd because Tony Dungy was a defensive coach. Like, so you would think that he'll say, you know what, let me make my defense a little stronger.
But he didn't have the defensive personnel that he had in Tampa. Look at what he had in Tampa.
I'm not saying Indianapolis is different.
Yeah, it's a totally different thing.
No, he makes a good point, though.
It is a good point.
He makes the real valid point. But again, you get to the point where I go, listen, I understand that the organization, the Patriots as an organization are better. They're just better at football than everybody else.
Everybody.
They are. I can't take that away from them. But at a certain point, you got to go, well, how much is it the system? Because I know when they plugged Castle in there, they still won 11 games.
That's true.
I know when Peyton Manning missed one full season, they won 2 games and they got Andrew Luck.
And that's it. Like, I give you another example. The team that
What's up,
we
Mr.
can
Graham?
say, and the one that we can say is very near Tom Brady in terms of system quarterback, but a lot of people will argue if he had more, right here. Because if you look at all the championship teams that San Francisco had, besides the offensive weapons, besides what Joe Montana had, besides that system, defensively, they were built just like the Patriots.
Right.
So it could be an argument, but if you're talking about greatest, because again, it's been proven. You took Tom Brady away from that team, and they were still a playoff team. Matt Castle damn near had
got a triple double.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, had almost a 4,000-yard passing season.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at the games that Tom Brady was out this year.
Brissett, Garoppolo, people won.
It made you go, wait a minute, Brissett was that good? Wait a minute.
No,
how do you say Garoppolo?
Brissett had a bad game against Buffalo. That's why they won.
The last game, but are you talking about that was his injury game? His thumb was already injured from the game before.
But the game before he was good.
The game before he was good. You're talking about an experienced
Buffalo defense.
What's the coach? I can't.
But you know what though?
Rex Ryan.
Punch him on.
But you know what? But you know what else I want you to realize. I mean, you know, it's still pointing towards your point more than Tom Brady. Peyton Manning had a way better green light than Tom Brady. Peyton Manning was the offensive coordinator.
Oh, no doubt.
So think about this. Like you can't really get mad at Tom Brady for being in the system because Peyton Manning had his own system. Peyton Manning is Omaha. Yeah, Peyton Manning is the system. So I mean, that's for you. Omaha. Like, think about it. Everywhere he went, it got so bad. And Madden, you put on Madden, he's calling audibles when you get to the line. Like, it's like, dang, am I watching him in real life? But at the end of the day, Peyton Manning was a system. So you can't really get mad at the Tom Brady situation.
Mastered his system.
So yeah, Tom Brady mastered his.
If you gotta pick a QB to call the shots, who you want?
Between the two or anyone?
Between the two. Are we talking about?
Don't even swing over here. You know what I'm saying.
Listen, the helmet microphone is off. Your call. You call it. The whole game. You call it. Who you got? Who you want?
Tom. Look at his record.
Again, we're talking about a dude that don't do that.
Nope.
Look at his record.
We're talking again.
Mic is off.
I give you mine.
You're giving me Tom based on somebody calling the plays for Tom.
Tom can call his plays.
All the other no.
Look at all the offensive coordinators he had, and he's still successful.
But they all are the play caller.
Again,
there is nobody holding the sheet when Peyton Manning is in the game. There's nobody holding the sheet because he's calling it. So you know
what that dude on the sideline got? It's a lunch menu. It ain't no plays.
Listen. I like Peyton. I really do like Peyton.
What you want at halftime?
But again,
steak.
But again, I don't think that when you talk about the two, I think people tend to discredit, and it's like a backhand compliment. Like, yeah, he was good, but he didn't do this. He didn't do that.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Good, but
exactly.
Listen, see, I ain't gonna even go that far. Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I was gonna say. Look.
Now I like Aaron Rodgers.
Now that's what I would say if you say any quarterback, I'm gonna go
now.
Aaron Rodgers.
If you ask me who's the most talented quarterback in the league right now, I'll definitely tell you Aaron Rodgers. But again, my whole question was at the line. We're talking about you got one quarterback to call the whole game. No help from Billy.
He ain't gonna need no help.
No help, Billy.
Yeah, I'm out Robert Payton.
But here's the thing. You saying, he don't need no help. We do not know that Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. You're giving me a Tom Brady that the public does not know. So do you have some inside information about Tom Brady?
Look at his record.
You know what, though? But you know what, though? This is a fair comparison. This is like I said, it's kind of hard to say because we won't know Tom Brady until you leave Bill Belichick. Like, we won't know how good LeBron coach is until LeBron's not on the team.
I mean, come on.
We will not know how good, we do not know how good LeBron coach is until he's off the team. I mean, Tyronn Lue 0-6, but I still discredit his coaching ability.
We kind of seen that already, though.
Well, I like Spo. I think Spo's doing a good.
But before then,
we didn't know.
Like I said, it's LeBron. So wherever LeBron goes, like, is he really a good coach or is it LeBron's system? So it's like
but he getting these rookie coaches. I mean, come on now. So when you look at the coach that he's getting, it's like, come on now. Like, who was like a Hall of Fame coach that he had?
A Hall of Fame coach,
or like a coach that's like, you know what? Like, I'll take that coach.
But again, I think now we're talking about apples and oranges because that to me still points to the pure genius of LeBron.
Yeah.
Because he's never had a pedigree coach.
Right.
He never had a Bill Belichick.
You know what I mean? So
I wish he did.
I give him that. I ain't want to do it, but I give him that.
Like, I would love to see him with Greg Popovich.
But then we'll be having the same argument about like the Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
True,
is LeBron that good or is Greg Popovich's system that good? So at the end of the day, you can't really discredit it.
Because you know who they say that to? They said about Tim Duncan and KG.
Yeah.
Like, the first 5 years, like, yeah, but look who he got as a coach and look who KG got as a coach. But, I mean, I still like Tim. You know what I mean? I like Tim.
Listen, I just think people didn't want to. There are some people that play sports that you never want to give credit for being as good because they're not exciting.
Right.
Tim Duncan was not a good player. He was dominant.
Yes.
Dominant.
Big fundamental.
And then
you gotta remember
how good that boy was.
And then when you look at the influence of, like, you know, this one, like the media and, like, you know, outside influence had on players, because he came in like the late 90s, early 2000s when, like, you had to be flashy, your freaking white t-shirt had to be at least 4 to 5X. So that wasn't him.
He ain't never do that.
Like, he was coming in with like a damn velour shirt from the Rendezvous, you know what I'm saying, and some daggone I don't know what type.
But you know,
and some damn Dada sneakers. You know what I mean?
With that being said, and I'm happy I said that. Y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy. But to me, the real MVP last year was Kawhi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
I like that.
Russell Westbrook triple double. James Harden amazing season. But to me, as much as they hurt their team, as much as they helped their team, they hurt their team.
I agree.
If you look at their turnover, if you look at the shots they took, if you look at how they played, I mean, again, it's great because it's entertaining. It's a one-man show.
Wasn't Russell number 1 in James number 2 for most turnovers by a player ever?
Ever, yes.
Ever.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So like with Kawhi played, he had the defense. He had the offense to go along with it. It's like, to me, he did both sides of the ball, which end being effective with his team. Now, again, it was easy for me to say why Westbrook won. It's because the attention that KD brought to him when he left. So that was easy for Westbrook to do. All he had to do was show up, show out, which I think was, he did a great job of showing up and showing out. I'm not taking anything away from him or James Harden. But to me, the real MVP was Kawhi because when he did both sides. I agree with that. But at the end of the day, the media is the media, so you can't really, you really can't fight that.
You're gonna think I'm crazy, but and I agree with you. But if I had to give it, MVP,
I already know what you're gonna say.
After the playoffs, it was LeBron. I think LeBron far and away showed that I'm the man still. You know, as great as Kevin Durant looked in the postseason against him, and he did look great. We saw what LeBron could do just by himself, single-handedly almost, other than that game, what was that, game 4 up in Cleveland where Kyrie finally came out.
I think
he showed he was so dominant.
That he wasn't in that conversation.
He should always be. It's the Jordan thing. It was like the years Jordan didn't win it. It was like, why didn't he win it? And you go and look back and you go, yeah, I mean, that was good for you, Charles. And that was good for you, Carl. Yeah. But you weren't better. And LeBron showed like how dominant how dominant he still is. I mean, he couldn't get over the hump this time, but you know.
Cut his mic off. Cut his mic off.
But you know what though?
Do it like Piggy. Say it again.
I'm gonna say this about LeBron, man. LeBron, if him and KD switch teams,
oh my God,
I want y'all to think about this. I think KD, all he had to do was play his game. He played the minutes that he was supposed to play. He didn't really have. He played well on the defensive end. He really didn't have to go all out and beyond like LeBron did. So imagine if they switched teams.
Say that one more time.
He didn't have to go all out and beyond because he had Steph that could play. He had Clay that could shoot.
Draymond.
He had the Draymond that was showing up.
We did see a different Kevin Durant. You would admit that, right?
But we did. But
I never seen Kevin Durant play defense.
I want you to think about this though. Let them switch teams.
Okay, I think they're worse.
Who's worse?
Golden State.
How?
I tell you how. Because LeBron is the system. So what makes Golden State great is you're telling me that LeBron is now going to give up the ball. He's the primary ball handler.
But he doesn't mind giving up the ball.
I'm gonna say that.
He doesn't.
You say that.
See, that's where
he doesn't.
Chris got jumping on
Go
you
ahead.
real quick.
Take it to church. Take him to church.
This is what people kind of misunderstand about LeBron.
Please.
Right? LeBron is a ball dominant player.
That's a fact.
That's a problem. Well, it's not a problem, but that's the reason that him and Kyrie struggle sometime to coexist, right? Because you have two ball dominant players. The system that Golden State runs, right? I get what y'all thinking. Okay, LeBron will fit there because he's a great passer and this like that. Passing and facilitating are two totally different things. LeBron is a facilitator. He's not a passer. So that means it's either ISO play, breaking somebody down over one-on-one action, weak side action, boom, boom. Now he's going to find somebody, right? Every highlight that you see of LeBron with a nice assist is because he's either in the post, driving, something, and then he finds somebody. Golden State, San Antonio, you see the ball go 1, 2, 3, 4, back to you. That's how it works.
Yep.
LeBron can't do that because he's the guy that needs to set everything up. Right? Even you watch, listen, and now you can attest to it. You see in Cleveland game, right? Somebody get the rebound. How many people clapping for it? 2. And who are those 2 people? I'll wait for you to answer. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm going to let you finish your point.
But you see a Golden State game. If Draymond gets the rebound, where's it going? Up the floor. KD gets it, where's it going? Up the floor. Steph, up the floor. Clay, up the floor. Iggy, up the floor. So it's not somebody having to facilitate. It's all based on motion.
But you know
That's
what?
it. He can't fit in that.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this before, but I'm gonna disagree with that one too because I'm gonna say this one. I'm gonna say why.
Give me some good points now.
I am. I'm gonna say this. First of all, LeBron is a ball dominant player.
Okay.
Right? And I'll give you that.
Okay.
But isn't Steph a dominant off the ball player?
No.
So you tell him he can't come off that screen and LeBron can't find him off a screen? Or Clay can't come off a screen, he can't find him off a screen. Draymond do it off the rip.
But he could.
Or how about this?
He could.
How about LeBron in the post? Now look, Golden State don't even have a post player. I want you to hear this one too. Golden State don't have a post player. LeBron in the post. Who's guarding him one-on-one? And then when you double team, that's Steph open? That's Clay open? You telling me you can't find these people?
But hold on, but that's still not Golden State game though.
That's not Cleveland. That's watching Cleveland.
Yeah, but also, but
he has better.
But
who
still
have better talent?
But I think that LeBron will be able to adjust to that if he had to. You know what I'm saying? And again, how many players can he really dish it off to and like, yo, really get it off? Like, come on now.
Again, you're asking us to see something in LeBron that we haven't seen his whole career.
But we know that LeBron knows how to be a player. But we know that he knows how to be a team player.
I don't know that he doesn't know how to.
That's my godson. I'm telling you.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. And I'm gonna switch sides with this. Why I said why KD's on Cleveland.
Okay.
Who else taking up the ball besides KD and
Kyrie?
So let them switch. Let them switch sides now. Are you telling me
Cleveland is much worse?
So wait.
But you know what Cleveland looks like with KD on it? OKC.
Yep.
But that OKC ain't enough to beat Golden State.
No, they not exactly.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Now look, this is what I'm gonna get at with LeBron. Like, because you know everybody's arguing. You know, KD took that spot. KD didn't necessarily take that spot. That's why I say if you switch roles, LeBron's still number one. It's just that KD was so at ease to play his game that it made it so easier for him. It made it like, you know, with those other superstars. I'm not knocking KD for joining KD to go to state. I just said at the end of the day, it just made it so much. It just made him easy.
I did last summer.
He did last summer, but he came around. Yeah. That's only because he's an OKC fan.
But you know what, though?
I just came around because you gonna brush his hair at some point.
No, the only reason why, I mean, people would knock him, I think, honestly, obviously because he could have beat Golden State. But I also feel like a lot of people knocked him because we wanted to see KD get aggressive enough to actually beat Golden State and win a championship instead of playing like we thought when he went to Golden State, it's another passive KD because it's not, when he's passive, he's not showing himself.
He was very aggressive.
So and he was very aggressive in his finals, and that's why everybody's like, this is the KD we want to see. And we wanted to see that in OKC.
But you know what? But like, I think that D made a point. D said, you know what? It wasn't that he wasn't aggressive. It was that he got tired of trying to fight with him and freaking Russell Westbrook. Like, if you look at the games where he was playing, even when he was in the championship in 2012, like, dude was really going off. But again, like, when you got a teammate who's not, in sync with you, it's hard. And like, D brought a point, and, after I, cried and I felt better, he said, listen, whenever you look at Steph and KD, what did you see? You seen KD hand go up and you see the ball go to it. So that's what I like. And then when you throw in the fact that he was with that team for 10 years? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, enough is enough. Like, dude got to get his. But I agree with what you're saying. Like, cause we all in sports, we all competitive. We want to see you take down the person that beat you. Mm-hmm. And we didn't see that. But you know what? Shouts out to him.
This is the funny thing.
Don't put me in that.
And this is what people are kind of missing. The change in the NBA happened when LeBron came, right? Mm-hmm. There was a new
sheriff
type, sheriff in town. There was a new type of basketball player that nobody had ever seen, right? He was able to create a system early in Cleveland that kind of worked for him, and as he continued to mature, it worked for him in Miami,
right?
And then it worked for him in Cleveland again when he went back. The way basketball is played now, right? What Golden State was able to put together was not only a motion offense, but a motion offense of people that can spread the floor consistently. Yep. It's always going to be open. You're always going to have an opportunity to go to the basket, do what you want to do. Yep. And then the fact that we can shoot the three-pointer at such a clip puts us at an advantage all the time. Now, again, what we just saw, and it really was signified in free agency, if anything, right? And I'm not talking about everybody trying to build super teams. I think the one big free agent move that happened that was the one that really signified where this is going was KD. Mm-hmm. KD saying, yo,
I'm out of here.
This is how good it really is. I ain't going nowhere. Because I know there's no other talent pool in the league that has what we have.
Yep. Nope.
Right? That can play the way that we play and that's going to be a legitimate threat to us. And again, I know you're going to take it as hate on your godson. But this is why this is going to be that much harder for him.
Yeah, it is.
Because now, who do you combine with that's going to be able to do what they do? Even you could talk about Paul George going to OKC. I hate it. You could talk about Chris Paul and possibly Melo ending up in Houston. And damn, James Harden just got paid, son.
Yeah,
son, I know Amber Rose is on his front lawn doing the walk.
21.
She was 21.
Listen,
it's a night.
21 ain't got 288.
No.
He ain't got that.
Let me ask you this, though.
So, I don't know, man.
To piggyback on your point and to expand just a little bit, there's two things I like, though, that I'm seeing in the NBA. To me right now, there's only two teams that made real moves that could beat Golden State.
Wait. Before we start, we have been saying this for a long time.
Negro Damas.
Go ahead.
And Negro Damas Jr.
Go ahead.
First, I'm going to just come off the bat with it.
Yo,
the T-Wolves are making real moves, people.
Yeah.
This is real moves. And it's real moves because just the way that they're set up with the type of talent that they got. Long, athletic, shooters, defenders, double balls that can stay on the floor the whole time, that you can't scare with going small with. They can still keep their bigs on the floor. The T-Wolves, to me, right now, I'm not saying that they're going to beat Golden State, but that's a real threat. That's a real threat in the West. And I think people are like, everybody talking about Houston. Well, maybe Melo going to go to Houston. And I'm going, but do you see what the T-Wolves doing?
Yeah, man.
Do you see what the T... And then the other team, I got to say, they made one move, and it totally made me rethink them as a whole team. Yo, San Antonio Spurs, and they got Rudy Gay.
Yes.
You talking about a 6'8" shooter Get that scrub Danny Green off the court. You talk about a 6'8" shooter
but
who
I like
can defend.
I like the fact that he's
Crazy
still
underrated.
there.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Danny's still there.
No, I do like that he's still there. But now you're talking about when you're going to get the best of Marcus Aldridge when he is not the most dominant guy. So you telling me you could possibly move him to the third option? Because let me tell you something about Rudy Gay. He going to shoot.
Oh,
he going to shoot. And we talking about, as my man just said, Elijah just said he thought Kawhi Leonard was the MVP of the league last year. And listen, that's not going to change. Like, Kawhi Leonard's going to be in the MVP discussion for the next 5 years, probably.
He is. He ain't going to win one, though.
Huh?
He ain't going to win
No,
one.
he could.
He could.
He could win. He could win
All
this
the media
year.
doing, he ain't going to win one.
He could win this year.
He could.
He could win this year.
I will say,
I think it can happen.
It's stacked against him a little bit because people love the triple doubles, and you see how far that got Russell Wilson this year. And Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook.
Future is not playing in the background. You're not about to do that. You heard Jay-Z album.
And as much as I love James Harden, I think he's actually gonna drop out of MVP contention this year. They do need a point guard, but let me tell you,
Derrick Rose.
I know they've been talking about Derrick, but if you think about it, right? If Derrick Rose could stay healthy, and you telling me you get to run now, he's got to kind of fall in line with the Popovich way, right?
He's gonna do that.
But who doesn't do it when they go to San Antonio? Like everybody,
exactly.
it's like every time the Patriots get somebody, you go, I don't know, well, damn, they fell in line. Yep. Everybody falls in line. If you're telling me you give me Derrick Rose and you giving me Kawhi Leonard and Rudy Gay and LaMarcus Aldridge, and you giving me that young boy Jonathan Simmons coming off the bench.
But nah, he's a free agent. That's the only thing.
But I'm thinking they gonna sign him. Listen. And you got Patty Mills, you still got an Asian Tony Parker.
Yep.
Listen, that team.
It's
what's that young boy, the young point guard they got, tall, light skin?
Devontae Murray.
I'm telling you right now.
They got some things, man.
The Spurs got some things moving.
Well, I say this, and we talked about this already. Again, what you're doing, and Daryl Morey put it best, this is an arms race. You're trying to get weapons, right? I think the other thing that we talked about before, we said Minnesota before they made any of these moves. Because we like what they had coming back.
What they had core.
Jimmy, unbelievable. I think that's great. Them getting Ricky Rubio out of there, great. I didn't like the Chris Dunn thing. I wanted to see him there. But them getting other point guards in that are going to play that position and just manage the game, I like. Them getting Taj Gibson adds a totally different dimension to that team. You talk about the
grit. Yeah, I'm about to say, man.
Get buckets. Is gonna rebound,
and then he's a good offensive rebounder.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
You got fucking Jay Nasty coming off the bench.
He can go. He can go from 3 to 5 and guard those positions in the West.
Yep.
He again is one of those forwards, one of those in betweeners that when you play Golden State, he does not have to come off the floor. Now you're talking about somebody that does not have to come off the floor, that's been in a veteran situation in Chicago, has played playoff basketball, and is now with Cat.
Hold on, and I hate to say, what if Wiggins takes that next progression step?
You right, but that's what I was about to tell you, because I feel like that's where their success gonna really come from. If he don't take that, if he don't take that next step, to me, they just gonna be another.
It don't have to be him to me. If Cat takes the steps that we already see him taking, I think Cat is the best player on the team. He is, hands down. Hands down. He has it. He's the size.
Got it.
The post move. Cat has it. So I already think he's the best player. But if you give me Wiggins taking his next step, and you give me Cat taking his next step, you add Jimmy Butler, you add a Taj Gibson, you add Jamal Crawford. I mean, at a certain point, at a certain point, you sitting back and you going, yo, this is not It's not no scrub team. This is a real legit. We're talking and I'm forgetting about Jane. We're talking about you could have a starting lineup where everybody 6'6" or better. 6'6" or better. And we acting like Thibodeau don't preach defense. And you're not beating Golden State in a shootout. That's never. You better be able to play some real defense, because that's the most underrated thing about Golden State. They can play some defense.
You know what your guys can hope for? And this is, you're going to have to admit this, Chris, and I know you're going to agree with this. You're going to have to hope that everybody in the West beats each other to death. Because you're going to get there. But
everybody leaving. Of course you're going to get there.
What you're going to have to face And then the thing that's not being talked about, and again, it goes to the genius that was left in Golden State by Jerry West, and everything that's going on in their GM department, because for you to win the championship, get KD to do what he did, you re-sign Sean, you re-sign Iggy, who'd they lose? I don't even know if they lost anybody yet, but they re-signed Zaza. You bring in Nick Young.
They lost Ian Clark, but that's because they brought Nick Young.
You bring in Nick Young for Ian Clark. Okay. And then my thing is, with Nick Young, that's different than Ian Clark. Still a streaky shooter, but he's 4 inches bigger than Ian Clark was. So you get another 6'6" off the bench. You still got McCall. You still got Looney. Listen, David West resigned. You still got a thug. So,
Omar Capriza.
But
that was that just flew under the radar. Like
under
they
the radar.
Just signed Omar Capriza, like for real.
Like nobody saying nothing. So, all right, Brian, you keep giving Kyle Korver $22 million if you want.
I don't know, bro. I want to see the Timberwolves go, but I don't think they're gonna be enough, man. I'm gonna tell you why, dog. Because it's like the numbers, bro. Like. If you want to beat the Warriors, you have to have numbers. Like you just said, if Andrew Wiggins take that step, he has to take that step.
You're right.
You have to put those numbers up because at the end of the day, they're too firepower. Like there's nothing.
I ain't saying Timberwolves. I'm saying it's going to be a.
I'm
still putting Golden State for the next 2 years to win the chip.
If they was in the series, that's a 4-2 series.
I'll
let you know that right now.
A 4-2 series is more competitive than they got in the West. All year this year.
I'm only giving them one game because the ref's gonna give them one. I'm saying that's a 4-2 series because there's we're talking KD who's finding himself. We're talking Steph who's gonna play on another level. We're talking Draymond who's gonna be there no matter what.
Draymond, yeah.
We're talking about.
But hold on, you're acting.
I think Zaza and you know what? I can't stand Zaza because I think he just slows the team down. But I think this was Zaza. If Zaza could do his job with Towns, that game ain't close.
But
listen, if he can keep him from rebounding, that game ain't close.
I just want to just a little bit here. They played the Timberwolves a lot last year and the year before.
That's why that boy
and
good.
The Timberwolves either beat them or lost by 1 to 2 points with the team as currently constructed. Now, last year, and then we're talking about you add a Jimmy Butler. You want. Listen, Cat and Wiggins are going to take another step. Whether it's a big enough step, I don't know, but they are going to take another step. And you add Jamal Crawford and all of their draft picks. I'm telling you, just from how they played last year, I don't know if you've seen those games. The team that caused them the most for some odd reason, the two of the teams that caused them the most problem, Denver and the T-Wolves. Now you can say it's not playoff basketball, and then we get in the playoffs, it'll be a different thing.
Door open for you.
But we're talking about
come through.
The Denver Nuggets and the T-Wolves got two things that give Golden State Warriors problems: long and athletic. Denver, long, athletic, and can shoot.
Yep.
Timberwolves, long, athletic, can defend. Two things that has given them probably, like, I'm not just taking this like, well, they added these players and we're going to see what it's going to be. Like we saw last year, we saw the year before, like the Timberwolves broke their home winning streak 2 years ago.
So let me ask you this. Let's just switch coach for a second, right?
I was going to.
So, because I think I just gave Brian an easy ticket.
You've been at an easy ticket,
right?
But go ahead.
Okay.
Is there anybody that's going to, is it going to be any competition this year? Like real competition.
In the East or general?
In the East.
No.
So you don't believe it. Nothing Washington did, nothing Boston did.
It's nice.
I'm gonna say
it was cute.
Thing,
man. It was cute.
I was gonna. Hold on, let me get to him. Now I'm gonna come to you. All right, man.
I just want to know. I just want to know. We talking. I just want to know. You know what I'm saying?
You know who also beat the Warriors once in the last 2 years? The Lakers.
I'm not talking.
You know who else beat them? Philly.
Don't do that.
But look, at the end of the day, I'm just saying though. In a playoff basketball system, dog. I'm just gonna tell you this. That's an easy 4-2 series. I think because the reason why
Spurs couldn't get them 4-2 this year.
That's because Kawhi went down.
Kawhi was down, man.
Cleveland couldn't get them 4-2 this year. Cleveland.
Wait. The Spurs is different. Spurs should have had it. If Kawhi didn't go down, that would have been a whole difference. If Kawhi wasn't hurt.
Yeah, they maybe would have won one more game. It would have been a 4-2 series.
It would have been a 4-2.
But again, that's the best That's the best you can ask for right now. And a 4-2 series at some point.
That ain't no series.
No. A 4-2 series. A 4-2 series at one point is 3-2.
Yeah.
In one game, I can't remember who said it, but he was like, the best thing you want to do with the Warriors is just stay close. Maybe somebody roll an ankle. Maybe somebody back go out. If you can stay close, you don't know what can happen.
I think
somebody gets suspended.
I think that's what Cleveland did in all their games at halftime. They stayed close until what happened. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to tell you is,
but that's your only shot anyway to stay. But again, you're talking about maybe the Timberwolves could go for that's the best that they could do. The Eastern Conference champions couldn't do that good.
You're right, but at the end of the day, is what I'm trying to tell you with the Timberwolves. I'm giving them one because of ref. I'm guaranteeing it's gonna be a 4-1 series.
I'm
not giving them one off of talent. If it's a series in a regular season, I give them anything because anybody could perform in a regular season. You're not playing that team 4 games in a row, so you're not really got to keep going film after film after film.
I'm with you. I'm not picking nobody 4 games. When
the playoff series come and they actually are just focusing on you and they know your tendencies, come on, bro. Look.
I like T, man.
I like Tom Thibodeau too, but Tom Thibodeau had a squad when LeBron had a squad, and that was a 4-1 series, a 4-2 series.
Again, the great equalizer in that was LeBron.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's a different era. Like I feel what you're talking about, but I'm just saying when you put, and this is the thing that always helps, and this is what helped Cleveland too. Experience and talent can get you 1 or 2 games in a playoff series.
Yeah.
It really can.
Yeah.
So even when we saw Cleveland come back on Golden State, not only was that a little bit of experience, but it was the talent of LeBron, the talent of Kyrie that turned that whole series around.
Draymond got hurt.
Right? Things happen.
Andrew Bogut got hurt. Again, stay close. And then something happened.
Iggy was hurt.
Iggy was hurt.
But now, this is what I'm saying about the Timberwolves that make them different.
Yeah.
We could talk about last year, right? Last year they did this, but now you're talking about a relatively young team. You're talking about your starting point guard was a former All-Star 2 years ago. Your 2 guard is an All-Star Olympic gold medalist, right? Mm-hmm. Your 3 is young, but a number 1 pick. Your 4 is a number 1 pick, probably top 10 player in the league right now.
Facts.
And whoever you want to put at the 5.
Facts.
Right? So now you got all this experience surrounding some of that youth. That could prove
again, but I'm gonna go with my team. I'm gonna go with a team. Look, I'm gonna say this about Tibbs. Tibbs is an amazing coach. I'm really going to. Tibbs is one of the best coaches that was in my part of my generation. Okay. But Tibbs shows that he could beat you if you was 1-on-1. Because if you watch the series that he had with LeBron James, LeBron go off, but he'll force everybody else to have to go off. So you telling me KD gonna go off? He's going to force KD to go off, which is not going to trigger Steph. It's not going to trigger Clay. He's going against a team this time. He's not going against a one-man army. It was an agent Dwayne Wade, not a Miss MVP Steph Curry. He's going against Klay Thompson, who's was tricky, but it's a way better defensive player against Klay Thompson. Andre Iguodala's coming up the bench. You got Swaggy P. You just said the dude from Sacramento they just signed. Christmas. They got you. You're going against a team. It's not because when you talk about the teams that Tibbs win against the Heat, you only just name about a couple players. We're naming numbers like these are 10. Better. These are like 10 players out of your 12-man roster. So at the end of the day, like I said, it's not going to be a close series because I feel like Steve Kerr's, first of all, to me, he's a smart enough coach to be like, you know what? All right, so after that first game, which I expect to be close, he's going to be like, you know what? This is going to be open. Either a back door, which they always kill Cleveland on, or whether some screens that Steph could get off and get open on. Because at the end of the day, you're going against a team. It's a team with a smart head coach. It's not Golden State who's just, it's a Kevin Durant team. That's why I don't see them Timberwolves excelling yet. And it's not the Timberwolves' fault. It's Golden State fault for that super team.
All right, let me ask you a question then. We can argue a lot of points of this.
Don't shoot the messenger, people.
Because here's the thing: I'm not picking the Timberwolves to win. I want to I feel like I'm fighting that the Timberwolves are going to win against Golden State. I would pick Golden State to win every time. But I just from a basketball and logical standpoint, would you not agree that Golden State is their best selves when they force teams to go small?
I do.
I don't.
I agree with that.
I'm gonna go with San Antonio.
Say that again?
San Antonio.
San Antonio is the best team to make teams go small?
I'm talking about
the best you get out of Golden State. What makes Golden State so dangerous is that they force every opponent to go small. You cannot keep your ball on the floor with them.
Okay, yeah.
So Minnesota's the best? What is you saying? Like,
because they got so much height and they got so much length.
Let's forget the Minnesota Timberwolves now.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State is why they are so good right now is because they force every other team that they play to go small, and they're the best at forcing a team to go small.
Facts. That's why Houston got that team that they got now.
Right. Now, let's put that in one box. Now here's the Timberwolves. You cannot make them go small.
Because they're already
Cat can play 4 or 5, but if you want, he can play the 5. And if you're going to give me Cat against Draymond, I'm going to take Cat every time. And I'm the reason why I believe the Timberwolves could put up a good fight, a really good fight. Not going to win. But the reason that they can put up a really good fight is because you cannot force the Minnesota Timberwolves to go small. Because you can keep Cat on the floor. What is Cat? 6'10"? 6'11"?
They actually can make people, because of Cat's ability to do that, you can make Golden State play how they don't want to.
Play,
because they would have to now not even go big. Now you're talking about either keeping Zaza on the floor or JaVale, but then at some point having to double. So now you double.
And they don't like to double.
No.
And they do. Golden State does not like to double.
You double, and even though Minnesota will not have this shooting anywhere close to Golden State.
Not yet.
However, Jamal Crawford off that bench has been known to be a tough shot maker. And there's one thing I know Jamal Crawford do. He scores. Jimmy Butler gets buckets.
And defense. Because who you thinking Jimmy on?
But you know what, though? This is what I'm going to say, though. Because I'm going to put it like this. They don't have to keep Zaza on that floor.
Okay.
Now, what I
want you to go with this point. I'm sorry to interrupt, but go with this point. Taking all that into consideration, what he said, right?
Yeah.
Throw this in there too. Steph can't hide now.
Nope.
Now look.
Now he can't hide.
That's the only liability. But they don't have to keep Zaza. They got Sean Livingston that could come on. KD's already 7 foot. I'll put KD. I'll put him right around with Carl. But I would help. But listen,
you put KD to try to stop Cat posting.
Listen. But I would have help on the weak side.
But they don't like. That's the thing. They don't like that.
They don't like to, but doesn't. But look, the Timberwolves. Until the Timberwolves prove to me that they're a strong 3-point shooter, I don't need. I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't matter. They don't have a strong shooter. Look at the team they have. They have
the strongest shooter is Jamal Crawford.
That's the strongest shooter. That's what I'm trying to say. They're a down a low post team that is great. So is New Orleans. But at the end of the day,
not to this level. But go ahead.
But at the end of the day, they're gonna double. If I'll put KD on my shot with Carl, I'll double if I need it. Because at the end of the day, their 3 points is not going to be, they're not as solid at 3-point line as we are.
No.
So, and as soon as I rebound,
you're seeing off You're seeing off to the races, but they're off to the races against most teams because other teams are shooting threes. If you got a team plugging it down low, it's not long rebounds.
But that's what they're forcing you to do. If I'm getting Carl and I'm double teaming, I'm forcing you to shoot that 3. Okay. I'm forcing you to shoot that 3.
So even with that, right? Talk to the point that now with a team constructed like that Steph can't hide.
Now I'm gonna get to this.
And anybody that knows, anytime, first of all, we've only seen a handful of two-way players in our game.
That's a fact.
LeBron, Kawhi,
yep.
Paul George,
yep.
Mike.
I give a Kobe.
But if you're talking about right now, Kobe, if you're talking about right now, you got 3. Any offensive player will tell you that if they have to expend a whole lot of energy on defense, that shot is not the same. But so now, when you're talking about, because this is what I'm saying, if you just roll out the starting lineups,
yeah,
right?
let's do the starting. Starting point guard.
Even Jeff Teague is 6'5".
Jeff Teague, right, is a starting point guard now.
6'5".
So we got Teague, who's a great defender.
Teague, I give you
6'5".
Yep.
On Steph Curry.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's give him 6'4". Let's be nice. 6'4".
Okay.
No, give him the 6'5". I really got a point for that when you talk about the starters. So give him the 6'5".
All right, go ahead because I want to talk about one more thing.
We got Klay Thompson. We got Klay Thompson at the 2.
Well, he's
about 6'7".
6'7".
He's 6'7".
And Jimmy's what?
And Jimmy's
6'6"?
He's 6'6".
Yeah.
But Jimmy is strong. Jimmy.
Whoa, don't
Jimmy
sleep on Clay. Don't sleep on Clay like
No, Clay ain't no bitch.
Oh, all right.
I mean, other when he out in China, but he ain't no bitch.
He may be light skinned. Don't sleep on Clay. He may be light skinned, but hold on now. Hold on
He's
now.
a dope. No, Clay is a dog.
He's khaki colored. It's a
No.
different.
Clay is a dog. But Jimmy, but like the size advantage really don't come into like Jimmy can give it just as good as he can get. Okay, we got Jimmy.
You got Wiggins and if you want to put KD at the 3.
KD is probably 3, right? So KD at the 3
at 7 feet, and
at
Wiggins
7 feet,
is like
and then
6'7".
Wiggins. Okay, and then we got Cat at the 4.
Draymond.
We got Dre at the 4.
So 6'10" against 6'6".
And then we got I think Jang is the starting center for Timberwolves. He's about 7 foot. And then we got Zaza. We got 2 bum 7-footers. We can just cross those two guys out.
Hey,
those 2 balance out.
Gordy Jang is a little bit better than a bum.
He is a little better than a bum. In this series, though, he's a bum. So
Bum juice.
In this thing, he's a bum.
To answer your question about this Steph thing, right? Here it is right here. Now, my 7-foot guy is Zaza right there, right? I want you to think about this. When Steph was guarding on the perimeter, okay, he could get crossed up. He's right there with him, though. But when a guy drives in, because Jeff Teague is not really a scary 3-point shooter to me. So when he drives in,
he's not scary.
No, he going to the rack.
So when he goes to the rack, who I got there? My 7-footer, right? So what that leaves Steph to pop back out to the 3-point shooter that's really open. So I want y'all to think about this. Timberwolves need to have shooters to beat Golden State. Cause my 3 is better than your 2. And that 2 that you possibly will miss because my 7-footer is right there. And then I have a rebounder with another 7-footer in KD who could be right there and grab that. And I'm outlifting the Steph if I need it. So I want you to think about these strength and these numbers that you're telling me.
I'm thinking about this, but to me, you're acting like these 4 can't. These are 4. Jeff Teague, Jimmy Butler, Wiggins, Cat. But even if you switch,
let me ask you this:
and can switch, right? And can switch.
They can switch.
What typically happens, right, in the NBA? So let's just say, let's go to the other coast. Washington and Boston played, right? For some odd reason, Boston, before they're currently constructed now, in that series, played Isaiah Thomas on Bradley Beal. What did Washington do? Hold up. Walk down there. We're going to throw you the ball.
Facts.
Right? Anytime that you've ever seen Steph in another series against another big guard in the West.
What's Steph doing?
Russ, what are they doing against him? That's what I'm trying to get to. Russ is saying, okay, y'all going to play it this way? I'm going to back you down.
Exactly.
Right? And then something going to happen. You try, even as crazy as this sounds, but even say in the Houston series, right? Patrick Beverly tried to post Steph up a lot during that series.
He just don't got the,
you know what I'm saying?
Eric Gordon
is going to post you
Gordon do got the
in that series. Just like the same thing we see in Golden State when in that second unit, they got a small point guard and Sean Livingston's there. Everything is barbecue chicken, right? But it causes you to do other things. So that's what we're talking about. We're just talking about the philosophy, talking about just how physically people now can match up because Golden State is a long athletic team that shoots the lights out, right? But if you have the potential for another long athletic team that could come at you in waves with length just like that, Minnesota's constructed that way now. Denver's constructed that way. Portland's trying to get that way. All these teams are trying, even if you look on the East Coast, that's what Boston is now doing.
Yeah.
They talking about, okay, so we're going to get rid of short Avery Bradley, short Marcus Smart, short Jay Crowder. We need some height.
Yeah, and I get you that one. But like I said, it's just, to me, it's more so like this. It's just the matchups, it sound great on paper, but the philosophy, I think, is going to it's not
it
really
goes out the window.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm just letting y'all go because, like I said, I know people want to hear about some other stuff, but I want to say during your Christmas break, come back. And then you talk about that.
We definitely.
And then that way you can see the teams, you know what I mean? And then once you out of school.
Playoffs don't matter to the playoffs.
Yeah, but you know me.
So then,
but we'll have a good look on it. We'll have a good look.
So then, like I said, we come on your show, you come on our show, and then, this is going to be great. You know what I mean? So like I said, so we're going to definitely have a finals run.
So other topic
says, I ain't going to hold everybody. I'm not going to hold everybody. I just I just want to get your opinion on Carmelo Anthony. And again, this is why I waited to, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to hear from some actual people who know. I mean, I got about 2 people on my Facebook list who actually know sports and know basketball, and I can listen to them, but everybody else is talking crap. Carmelo Anthony, where do you think he's going to go? What do you think is going to happen? I'll start with you first, Ruck.
If I'm Melo, I'm sitting down with the Knicks and trying to force this buyout however I can make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm doing that, or one of my people doing that, I'm on the phone with LeBron and saying, listen, what do you really think? Like, do you really think we have an opportunity to get this done? And then where do I fit? Because LeBron is going to have to break down for him where he fits in that system and how he's going to be used. Or I'm on the phone with Chris Paul. How are we going to get this done? Because you and James are going to have the ball, so where does that leave me?
Yeah, that's
now,
tough.
The phone call, if I was Melo and one of his peoples that I would really be interested in, is probably the one from Chris Paul. Because I know Chris is telling him, listen, just be Olympic Melo. You don't need nothing else. I don't even need you to play D right now. Just be Olympic Melo, and we're going to see how this work out.
But how about James Harden? He like, listen,
well,
I'm going to need that rock.
Listen,
I'm going to need the ball, man.
But this is the thing. Olympic Melo wasn't the one that needed the ball. Olympic Melo was certain situations, ISOs, whatever, you get that. He now becomes, if he does go to the West, you got to think about it. Their threes in the West are small and light threes. He's bullying all of them. If he plays at a 4, he's blowing past everybody that's out there, with the exception of Cat.
Cat, yeah.
Right? We'll say somebody that can hang with him, Draymond. But I'm sorry, people.
Nah,
he going to give Draymond the business.
Yeah, he will.
Yo,
Melo is that good.
Melo's a bull.
He is that good.
As much as a bum as I think he is, just
he that good.
He that good.
So now, tossing it to you, Chris. Where would you say that you have him go? If you was, with the whole Melo sweep take.
Where Melo go?
Wait, hold up. Because Chris, you gotta jump on this too. My man Biz, he said, so now I'm saying Melo and Harden don't play D. Hell no, they don't play D. They allergic to the letter in the alphabet. It's like they bloods. You know what I'm saying? They kids, A, B, C. Bit it. That's what it's doing. You know they ain't playing no D. Stop that, man.
They ain't playing no defense.
Get out of here.
Where do I think Melo going?
Right. Or he's gonna do whatever.
Man,
hey, keep in mind, La alive, man.
Keisha's
still alive.
See what Tommy and Keisha doing? He ain't staying in New York. How you gonna leave New York and Tommy fucking Keisha?
The show's already taped. That's good. That's good.
He died, man. He might not be leaving. You saw that last episode?
Listen, I seen it. But what do you think?
I just want to make something perfectly clear.
She was like, the kids ain't home.
I just want to make something perfectly clear. Just because I know somebody, Keisha getting butt naked with Tommy next episode. He ain't going nowhere.
That's a lie, man. I seen that episode already. It's a lie.
Episode 4?
I seen it already.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to hear it.
We do it. You talking about the episode that's going to air today? No, not tonight episode. The next episode.
Oh, all right.
I seen tonight episode.
Oh, wait. He got a Bucky? Like Bernie Mac Bucky?
Tonight episode was episode 3. Episode 4, which will be next weekend or next Saturday if you got stars on the menu.
Trying to score in the
Keisha
West.
back.
Okay, you got to tell me where Melo going.
New York. So you just told you, nigga.
So you think that he gonna stay?
It's a get rich town. Yeah.
So you think that he gonna stay in New York? He gonna stay in New York?
Oh man. No, really, honestly, I do think he's gonna stay in New York. Melo has not shown me anything other than he's concerned about his money. So until proven otherwise, why would I assume that Melo wants to go win? Because I mean, just put this all in perspective. It was supposed to be Wade, LeBron, and Melo, not Bob. But Melo couldn't wait for his contract. He wanted his money right then. I don't think the Knicks are gonna buy him out at his price, and he ain't giving up no money. So he's gonna stay in New York.
Okay.
See,
what do you think, Elijah?
I don't think that he's not gonna do that though.
That's the only time I agree with Chris, but for different reasons. I say I'm not saying this as a Knicks fan, but I think I'm a huge Knicks fan, man.
Yeah, damn.
But I
think
think
what they did to that dog. Damn shame.
Nah, but I think I was looking at his best options, man, because I want Melo to win. Houston, he's not going to win in Houston.
Nah.
In Cleveland, if we were to trade for him for Kevin Love, that still won't be enough for Cleveland to win. So this is what I would think if I was Melo.
Golden State.
Find my way to Golden State. Nah, honestly, I'll stay in New York. Play my contract out. Cause LeBron's out with my contract out. Chris Paul's out with my contract out. Dwayne Wade buys out. So I could, another chance to formulate that super team.
Listen,
that I want.
In all seriousness, right? Mm-hmm. If we're talking about him playing right now, best two options, the only two options that are on the table are Cleveland and Houston. Right?
That's it.
We all agree?
Mm-hmm.
Right? If he's smart, which I believe him to be, and again, he's tutored by
Michael. Going out on a limb.
He's tutored by Michael Jeffrey. And Michael Jeffrey don't let people just jump out the window like that. That's why he ain't left New York yet. That's why he got that money first. Because Mike told him to get it first. Right? And this is what we were talking about last week. People keep sleeping on the fact that the LA Lakers are sitting on this pile of money that they have not touched.
But that's what I'm saying. So when Dwayne Wade comes out, when LeBron comes out, when Carmelo comes out,
listen,
I think Carmelo,
Chicago about to make that happen with Wade anyway.
That's why I feel like Melo. That's what I feel like Melo should do, or possibly
go to the Lakers.
If you're talking about was money with the Lakers, I think Melo. Honestly, this is what he should do. Since Phil's gone, this is his chance to actually bring something to New York because he only brought one playoff appearance. So bring back at least one more playoff appearance. Help grow. Help Porzingis grow. Help Porzingis grow in your time there for your last year.
That ain't gonna happen.
Then I'm gone because you know what? Because at the end of the day, how you look at it, if I'm not gonna win in Houston. I'm not gonna win if I'm looking to leave. I'm looking to win if I leave because at the end of the day, think about the memes that's coming out when I leave.
Okay, but listen,
what you leave for?
Listen, and I feel you, and you're absolutely right. Gotta bow my head and tip my hat to my man Negro Diamonds. Said it a couple weeks ago. We was in here talking before we got on. What has Chris Paul ever won? What has Chris Paul ever won?
That's true,
right?
Not a damn thing.
So besides getting out of. Wait, did they make it to the Western Conference Finals when he was in Denver?
No. Oh,
yeah,
no?
one time.
One time.
So we're not talking the outside of the realm of possibilities here. If he makes it to the playoffs, he ain't been to the playoffs in how many years?
4. You talking about Melo?
Yeah,
I know 4.
Okay. I know. So 4, right? So even if I'm here at 32, 33. If I get to the playoffs, at least my last 3 seasons in the league, and maybe show up as a bench, why not do it? Especially if I'm going to Houston with my boy. Then there's no pressure on, just like with Cleveland too. This is what people don't understand. Melo is so great in the Olympics, not only because of his style of play, because there is no pressure on Melo to be the focal point of anything. And his offensive skill set lends to that more than anything. If he goes to Cleveland, ain't nobody looking at me. They're looking at his hairline, right? If he go to Houston, ain't nobody looking at him. They looking at the dude that just got 288. They ain't worried about him. Plus, you know what I mean? Thick women is in Houston. You think Lala was mad about that stripper in New York?
Let me tell you about them churros down
there. I agree.
So
I agree with it. But I don't think the pressure will be off of him if he leave though. Because when he leaves, what is he looking for? A ring, right? So at the end of the day, that the media won't be on him like how they was on KD.
So does Chris Paul have more pressure now or less?
Now.
He has more pressure now?
He has it now because the reason why I say he has it now is because he forced that way out of there. Because he thinks that's his best opportunity to win. If I'm loyal to you and I'm like, and then my boy like, Chris like, yo, come over here, man. I got a better opportunity for you. And I'm thinking this is my best deal yet. Now I got more pressure to make something out of myself with him than I was with you.
This is what I'm trying to get you to see. Chris Paul's pocket of pressure is this big because the man next to him, right, just came off of a series where you were in a so-called MVP run. In the last 2 games, you failed bad. You let a 40-year-old block your shot, right?
In the airport, like, what the fuck is this?
And that happened to you. Right? So you were already under that type of pressure. So then Houston's grand answer to that was, hey, yo, we're going to give you the biggest contract in history. Now you got to live up to that. Chris Paul pocket is fun. He done won all his gold medals. He's now playing with another superstar. He has another opportunity. It ain't never going to be that because at a point guard, you're never going to be the one in that big a spotlight. Name a point guard that was in that big a spotlight since Magic. Iverson. Who else?
He ain't win.
And people ain't saying nothing about him. Listen, people discounted Allen Iverson went from Philly to Denver, from Denver to Memphis, from Memphis to Detroit, back somewhere else.
Philly.
And out.
Back to Philly.
Back to Philly and out. I think he lasted 3 games when he went back to Philly. And they was like, yo, just come on. Just come on. Right? So it's over. So now Melo in that situation too, I'll sit with this stress that Chris Paul got. I could deal with that. Fine. If I get another opportunity in the play, and this is what all these players are looking for. They're just looking for opportunities in the playoffs because listen, the NBA right now, right, especially in the playoffs, has become what March Madness is for college players. They looking for that one opportunity to show out. Why you think Otto Porter getting $106 million?
That's a fact.
Because in the playoffs, he showed off. Why is Jonathan Simmons going to be one of the highest paid, young players? Because he showed off in the playoffs. So that's all these people looking to do.
But I'm still going to Cleveland.
JJ got $23 million.
It's crazy for 1 year.
23
for 1 year.
Can we listen? Let's talk about that real quick, man. I mean,
shout out to Duke basketball.
The KK was here yesterday. JJ got $23 million. Do y'all understand that in Mike's final year, Jerry Price only gave him $30 million? That's $7 million more. You mean to tell me it's only a $7 million gap between JJ Redick and Michael Jordan?
But look how many years ago that was. Come on.
I don't give a flip.
Look how many
Florin flick.
Yo, ain't
come
never
on,
that
son.
close to Jordan.
I mean,
JJ? Trust the process now?
Nah, I agree, but
now
come on.
He trusted the process.
Nah, hell no.
But you gotta remember the money was different back then.
Yeah.
He gonna get another $30 million next year.
Money was different back then.
Magic was signed to a 25-year contract, $25 million.
Yeah.
Come on now. It was a little different, man. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
Listen, you know what? And a lot of dudes hating on these dudes like, yo, these dudes shouldn't get paid this much, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada.
No,
but listen,
get that back.
Listen, they got to get the money. Like, I try to tell people, I'm like, listen.
What?
Listen, imagine your boss calling you. Like, we get pissed when we got to work on Christmas Eve. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, they got to work on Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. It don't matter. Like, they got to entertain us.
Now, I don't care when they got to work. I can give a fuck about that.
Exactly.
They got in a profession that the end goal is you get these kind of contracts. If you don't like that they get paid that much, well, go in the backyard, hit the gym, and get your jump shot ready. Family, how you hating on another man's money?
I look at it as they get paid a lot like that because they entertain a lot of us. Yeah, so it's just entertainment. So you really can't get mad at the entertainment.
You can't.
I ain't mad at all.
Like you can't. Like again, like I try to tell people, you go to your job and try to make somebody laugh, or you try to please somebody. You only getting $15 an hour. You know what I'm saying? And then, not to mention, the contribution that you probably given would touch more people than these dudes would. But again, they're entertaining. Like, they're not with their families. They can't enjoy their beds. They can't do a lot of things that they want to because, again, who runs it? And you know what? The fans.
But the fans doing a lot of stuff.
But you know what?
Kobe different.
While we look at the athletes and their contracts and how much they're getting paid. Some people say they overpaid. Some people say they underpaid. I want to see what the owner making.
They underpaid.
But let's see what the owner making.
Man, come on.
Let's see what that owner making.
It ain't no way
exactly.
In the world.
So let's see what that owner making.
Exactly.
People, let me get y'all to understand.
Let's see what that owner making.
I don't care what y'all say about James Harden and his contract. He deserved every penny.
Yes, he did.
You can't take away nobody's money.
And if you think that he's getting overpaid, trust me and understand, these owners are it's scraps, baby. Scraps. Listen, Golden State's owner was on record. On record. They calculated that it's going to cost them an extra $68 million to keep the core four together. What'd he say? I got that.
Crazy.
You got that?
It's nothing.
You got that.
Don't worry about it.
Because you got to think about that. Though. You got to think about what the owners make. Everybody like, yo, he making about 200. If Jason Harden was $222, $223 million, $288 million. I'm sorry, $288 million. Imagine what the owner doing. The owner sitting back like,
no,
not 288. It's two. I thought 281.
Misquoting it is 288. People kept.
How long is the extension?
4 years.
4 years. So
on top of his 2 that he had?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So think about.
So he basically got like $130 million more. Because he was at like 150 something.
That's what I said. Think about the owners, man. Before y'all say somebody's overpaid or whatever, think about the owners. How much the owners.
Yo, Joe Lacob bought the Warriors a few years ago for $450 million.
For $2.
Now they are worth $2.8 billion. So the little drop in the bucket that he gave, listen, he can pay everybody's salary on his squad and it's still not touching a billy. It's still not touching a billy. And it's worth 2.8. So like, come on, man. Like, everybody making what they, you don't like what somebody making, you need to make better life choices and get you a job where you can make what they make.
Baseball.
The only person.
Yeah, baseball, yeah.
The only person that I feel bad for. The only person I feel bad for is Griffin.
Blake?
No, David
Griffin. Because when you sit down with Rich Paul and Bron and just, and Phil uses bad choice of words, but the rest of his posse, if you not sliding nothing down that table that got a 4 in the front of it, you might as well not even do it, yo. When he about to get paid,
oh man,
son, Bron about to break every bank imaginable,
and then he's still gonna leave.
Yeah,
he's still gonna leave.
Like unpaid light bill.
Like I said, we're gonna definitely discuss that, next episode. You know what I mean? But like I said, we got some good topics. But I just want to say thank you, brother, for coming on, man.
Thanks, sir.
I appreciate you for coming on, man.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Some more. You already know.
Hey man,
yes.
Especially the Timberwolves. I'm waiting to see the Timberwolves now.
Oh, yeah. I cannot wait. Like I said,
hey, bro, what's up?
And it's dope because see, it's a lot of episodes that we don't put out because a lot of people come on and they don't say nothing. Like they got a lot to say over the joint, and then as soon as they get here and they hear themselves, they're like, "Oh, that's how I sound." You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. But like I said, we definitely appreciate you coming through. And like I said, you spitting that knowledge. You and your boys. You definitely. I'm gonna be checking it out. You know what I mean? We gonna be checking it out, man. You know what I mean? So like I said, man. Well, I mean, I just wish you nothing but the best. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that we all can grow because, like we talked about in this area, we don't have too many sports podcasts. Everybody talking about somebody's baby mother, somebody talking about relationship advice.
We ain't talking about that today? No.
Like I said.
Talk about Keisha and Tommy, but
this is the shade room. The shade room do that.
Yeah. And again, I'm not knocking people for their audience. That's cool. But we know at DSTM, we stay in our lane.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we not gonna be talking about who this and who we even, that's not what we talking about. Cause trust me, people say, yo, let me come on and talk about, no, if you ain't talking about sports, we ain't talking.
Listen, we talking about sports
you
and
know
how
what I'm
to
saying?
get ghosts out of jail.
Exactly.
GoFundMe.
You can go.
Hey, that's an interesting way, man.
Yeah, like you can go pull a Suge Knight and talk about some other podcasts, don't talk about this, talking about that. You could, listen, we know our lane. Video. You know what I mean? So what I'm telling you is, keep doing what you doing.
Yeah, man.
Sports would never get old. And you know sports. And then you and your family, y'all gonna talk sports all the time. You know what I mean? So keep grinding, man. Like I said, and I just appreciate you, you know what I mean, coming on here. And we all appreciate you, man.
Appreciate the invite.
Having you. And we had some good debate. So, you know what I mean? Take this, share it, like it. Smack it, flip it, rub it down, all in South Carolina.
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm about to share that thing on Facebook so I get out
yeah,
here,
man. Yeah. So, with that being said, man, thank you again for tuning in to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast with our guest, Elijah. I'm your boy, Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy, Chris G.
And it's your boy, The Ruck Report, Jersey.
Peace.